Well, hello, my friends. We meet again. Thanks for joining me on my land of wilderness dreams here on Cape Breton Island. We are rounding the bend to the finale of autumn, and yet it already looks and feels like February in our neck of the woods. It never ceases to amaze me, the weather around here. So far, every single year, in fact, every season, is completely different than the last. I'm sure it's like that around most of Canada, but for some reason I feel like Ontario, where we came from, the weather was far more predictable than it is here on the Gulf Coast of Nova Scotia. I gave up a long time ago trying to foresee weather patterns around here. I just hope that this winter will go out like a lamb, since she decided to fly in like a lion. So I could chat with you all day about the handful of hiccups we have experienced in the last week or so. For instance, our washing machine decided to quit on us. Our new to us vehicle has spent more time in the shop than on the road since we bought it, and our road has officially become a nightmare for my doggy customers. But I don't really want to get down and out about anything, because you know what? It is a terrible time of year to feel sorry for myself. We are alive and well. That is all that needs to be said. Besides, we have a new part coming for our washer. It was under warranty, and we have a beautiful local laundromat, recently renovated, might I say, that I can wash our clothes while running some errands. We have a truck to drive, and we think we may have finally figured out the problem with the SUV after several weeks of trial and error. And our road? Well, I might be biased, but I secretly love our crappy road. Today's video isn't about hiccups though, it's more along the lines of achievements. As promised in my last video, I'm going to attempt to share and explain our semi-off-grid, self-made hydro ram pump water system. As you know, we draw water from the stream that runs through our land, and it has saved us so far from digging a well. Our water system, heck, our whole lifestyle here, is not for the faint of heart. It does require some care and concern on the daily. And before you say anything, no, I have not taken my pumpkins to the forest yet because I'm not finished enjoying them. Winter does not officially begin until December 21st, so they'll stay until then. It kind of bothers me how we cast away autumn so quickly, so I took a stance this year. Okay, back to the water. Listen, we can't toss aside how far we have come since our early off-grid stages. You have likely seen this picture before, scattered throughout some of my videos, because it's a day I will never forget. We figured out a way to get water directly into our RV tank. We would load up the generator, a submersible pump and barrel, and we would pump water from our stream into the barrel. Then we would drive up to the RV and pump the barrel of water into the RV tank. It would take about 3 barrel loads to fill the RV, and it would last us about 3 days. Before we skirted the RV, Mooch buried a proper water line that goes down to a holding tank. When the day arrived where my dog shop was delivered, it got Mooch's wheels spinning to someday triple this small building into a pump house, as well as a powerhouse, and including it being a grooming shop. So that's what we did. We wanted a way to have a bigger holding tank so we didn't have to fill the RV so often, and Manfred went to work and rigged up this little addition. So before I get into it, I should preface how this whole system was built in several stages over the course of a couple of years, and the mastermind behind it all is Mooch. The pump house is fully insulated with heat and lighting, and right now it has a water line that runs to a hydro pump in the river and a line that runs to the water pump in the shop. It also has an overflow line that runs out back, and there's this constant trickle going into the tank at all times. When we check the room, we are always listening for that trickle. So here's the tank, and up here, you can't see it very good, but there is a water line that comes out of the top here, out the back, and that's the line that goes to the hydro ram pump in this stream. And then there's the drainage hole there. And down here, we did put a little insulation box, and there is actually a heater under there just to keep the line from freezing because it's so close to the door here. And something that's really annoying is that this door doesn't always want to shut. If there's any buildup, prevents it from closing. There's many things we could probably do to fix that, but you know, priorities. I have to scrape away and shovel around here all the time just to keep it from building up around there. It's a small price to pay for running water. I take great pride in maintaining everything about our land and lifestyle. I've lost track of all the milestones we have reached. At this point, I think we can safely say we are unstoppable, and that is something to acknowledge. I always have to remind Manfriend, remember the good old early days when things were really hard? Now look at us, easing through everything. Okay, so there's a line that goes down into here, underneath and in. And then, of course, into the pump house here is the actual pump and water heater and tank. And then none of this could happen, really, without this. Eventually, we did get some power, but it only runs to this powerhouse. And then the water line continues on down to the river, where you will find Manfriend's do-it-yourself hydro ram pump that he made from PVC pipe. He said he found out how to do it by watching a YouTube video. So you could probably learn that too. And upstream, there is a little contraption that Manfriend rigged up also, where it collects water, keeps debris from going in, and there's a hose that runs in the end. Gravity feeds down to the hydro ram pump, and there's a line from the pump there underground all the way up to the holding tank. We have used this system for an entire year now, and we're going into our third winter, so it's been very good to us. We do not use this water for cooking or drinking, just for showering and cleaning. So there you have it. That's how we have managed to avoid digging a well. To have this rigged up system that causes us headaches sometimes, but it's been well worth it. And it is nice to have a hot shower, isn't it? So now I had to get my butt into gear and get to town because I had some laundry to wash and some errands to run, and we actually did need some drinking water, so I wanted to fill up our jugs. So I did all of that running around and got home and decided to just do a tiny little reset per usual.
God, you see beauty where I see loss. Lucid dreaming, losing what you love. You're so enlightened that you forgot. All we need is someone else to hold. You found another place to float away, rising higher from the ground you claim. Wish that we could talk the same.